Hey guys, it's Core Ross and welcome to 6 News. So we've got a dev blog updating us on the censorship changes and they're no longer happening. Now, there will be ramifications from this, unfortunately, but we'll go over that now. So of course, the last time we heard about this was November 2nd when they announced it, and then they got real quiet for a couple of weeks, but we finally have an update. So the first thing they start with, and this dev blog is not the best written, I think, because they say here, when are these changes being reverted in the international version? But there is no censorship currently in an international version, and from reading this, there will be no impacts to the player when Bastion launches. So actually, there'll never be censorship version on the international one. That's it. It just will not happen. But of course, we'll see it in the test server, and as the test server goes on, it should phase out as they bring all the stuff back in. And yeah, that should be it. With the lowest impact on the season's launch date and our build stability. So we may get a delayed launch and we may get a buggier version of the game, considering how buggy Rainbow Six Siege already is. That's not good. So is there any impact on the next season? They say they want to try and keep this to a minimum, but they do say that it could be delayed and that some instability as our testing and debugging times are shortened. So I think the instability means more bugs because they're going to have to half their testing and debugging times because they're going to be building an entirely separate build of the game for China now. Now I did a video on the reasons why that's bad, but also people were just confused. They thought all the cosmetics were going to have to change. It's like, no. It was just the maps, just the kill feed. Now everything's going to have to change for the China build. That is because the maps are the big part. Everything's baked into them. So that was the big thing. If they had to do that separately, doubling their workload. Whereas changing cosmetics for a China build is simply just switching them off, and that's it. Whereas doing the maps is huge. So I did a whole video on that. If you do want to go watch it, you can see how the previous plan for the devs would have worked. Now, unfortunately, they're going to have to double the amount of time they're spending building the game, which of course is going to impact us. Because every season there's new maps, and every patch there's like, the last one was like 18 bug fixes to maps. So all that stuff would have to get done twice and be tested twice, and that is why they're going to have to half their testing and debugging times because they're going to have to do them all twice now. Yeah, I don't like that, but we'll see how it plays out, I guess. And they go on about why they're changing strategy, and I think basically massive fallout from a big controversy. And they've had lots of internal meetings. Of course, we haven't heard anything in 2 weeks. So they've obviously been doing a lot of thinking behind the scenes. And they've decided not to go ahead with this. Now, they do say, what can I expect as a current player based in Asia? And this is not well written because it says current players in Asia territories can continue to enjoy the same game as other players. It does sound like they will be getting a separate build, but it doesn't specify. Will it be certain countries? Will it be a whole region? Yeah, it doesn't. But it obviously does confirm that they still plan to go in to what they're calling the Asian market. And don't know if that's just China or if it's the whole of Asia. They're still not giving us very good information, I think. But you guys let me know what you think of this. What's your interpretation? And is this good or bad? Because previously their plan was quite simple. The map stuff would be worldwide, which would be the hard part of making a whole different separate build. Now that they're doing that, they're going to have a lot of extra work to do, which of course means half the time potentially bug fixing our version, which is not good because I know Rainbow, it has a lot of bugs. If they have to fix bugs twice, I don't like that. But of course, I don't like censorship too. So yeah, let me know what you think about this. I think it's pretty shitty either way. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.